This is the moment Big Ben bonged for the final time, before a 4-year period of restoration.
It's one of London's most photographed landmarks, and now it's possibly one of the city's most photographed construction sites.
It might not be quite as recognisable under the scaffolding, but Elizabeth Tower still attracts the attention of thousands of passing tourists. This is the most comprehensive restoration project of the clock tower since its completion in 1859. The £29 million works will take 4 years to complete and will ensure that the tower, the clock and the bells are safe and secure for many years to come.
Locksmiths will be attending site and will be actually stripping the great clock out piece by piece and dropping it down to the ground floor, where each piece will be examined and will be maintained, and then it will be stored away until the project is able to give it back into situ.
The great clock is over 150 years old, with 90% of the original clock still in operation today. The project aims to ensure that this will continue to be the case in the future. And it's not just the original clock that is being kept.
The bells are exactly the same as when they were first installed, but as you know, the first Big Ben, that's the bell, 13.7 tonne of bell, actually broke within the first couple of weeks of it being installed, because the hammer that they used back in the day was against the specification and actually split the bell. Well, the metal was remoulded and remade into the Big Ben that we have today.
The bell is triggered by the clock mechanism, which is manually wound 3 times per week. Once the clock is removed next year, the bells will no longer be triggered by the clock mechanism. But this doesn't mean total silence for the next 4 years.
The project team are coming up with a mechanical way of actually sounding Big Ben, or the hour bell. So Big Ben and the hour bell will be available for state occasions, for example Remembrance Sunday and New Year's night in 2018.
This temporary mechanism should be just as accurate as the current clock system, which hasn't always been perfect.
We had a VIP group of ambassadors who came here to see the 12 o'clock chimes on a books tour, and the clock actually stopped at the 11th chime. But the tour was actually intent that they heard 12 chimes, so they decided to wait up there with the tour guide until the 1 o'clock strike so they could say that they actually heard 12 strikes.
Steve promises that won't happen on his watch, when the bells sound again in 2021.